What's up guys, Dillon here. In this video of the real estate wholesaling series, we're gonna be discussing how to plot out your goals for maximum productivity. Hope you enjoy, stay tuned. What's up guys, Dillon again here. I'm a real estate investment coach and I built a multi-million-dollar real estate investment firm, and I want to teach you how to do the same, okay? So if this is the first video you're watching, right, I'm going to be putting out a lot of free content. It's free, it's yours, and I want to teach you the skills, the tools, the strategies, the processes, everything that is needed for you to scale your wholesaling business or acquisitions, flipping, whatever that may be, to a 7-figure and beyond level. All right. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about productivity, and specifically as it relates to your goals. Okay. So goals and productivity. I get this question all the time. What should I focus on today? What should I be doing? Right. And how should I be plotting out my year, my quarter, things like that. So I'm going to be diving into that deep today and showing you the most effective and powerful way to actually do this. So guys, again, talking about goals and productivity. I want to start today, we're going to start big picture. This is where I always tell all of my clients, and we go deep into this stuff, and I really help them with their goals and making sure they smash out their goals. But I always want to start big picture first, okay? So I like to give my clients, and basically I'm going to talk about this, a funeral exercise. Okay, what do I mean by that? I like to go extreme. I want to use this extreme example, and essentially, imagine that you're at your own funeral. Okay, I got this from Stephen Covey. He has a phenomenal book, 7 Habits of Highly Successful, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. There you go. So in this book is where I got it from. There's a funeral exercise. So imagine that you're at your own funeral. Your loved ones are there. Your brothers and sisters, your best friends, your daughters, your sons, your grandchildren, your business associates, your best friends, your circle. What do you want them to say about you and your life? When you start with that, he calls it starting with the end in mind. It's so powerful. Because you always want to think big picture, and I always teach all of my clients, what is the purpose for what you're doing, for why you're doing what you're doing? Not just in business. By the way, this goes for everything, right? So I like to start with that. Okay, so imagine you're at your own funeral. What do you want people to say about you? What do you want them to say about your life? Okay, what was your life about? Now, after you're getting into that mindset, that's when it's a great time to define the mission and the purpose for your business, okay? So you might be in the business right now, and that's perfectly okay. You might be in the business just to make money, right? You might be in the business to provide for your family. You might be in the business to prove people wrong, right? And this actually might be a real incentive, a real driver behind you. But essentially, you really want to plot out what's the mission and the purpose for your business, okay? A lot of times, especially with real estate investment firms, I meet a lot of people that genuinely want to help out homeowners that are in distressed situations, right? They want to be I've seen, different missions and purposes. I've worked with, many different clients all around the country. Mission, they have a mission where they want to be the one-stop shop real estate solutions company for the nation. They want to be the #1 wholesaling company in the nation, right? There are many different purposes or missions that you can have for your business, but make sure that you define it, okay? You have to make sure that you are so clear on your purpose for the business that you can just step into that on a daily basis, okay? So once you got that down, by the way, if you haven't read Traction, go read Traction. It's a great book, great beginner's book on how to structure a business, right? So that's a great book. Make sure that you read that, and I got this straight from there. So there's a great tool in that book where they talk about the vision of the company, and they have a great tool called the VTO. So make sure that you get that book and that you're using that tool. All right. Then, after you define a mission for your purpose, a mission and purpose for your business, what's your 10-year goal? All right? What does that actually look like to you? Customers, houses, houses bought, maybe markets that you're in, maybe the number of houses that you buy, maybe the amount of revenue, maybe amount of profit. What are your big 10-year goals? You can move a mountain in 10 years, I promise you, okay? So do not be afraid to go big with 10-year goals, okay? So typically, for 10-year goals, people like to be conservative with their 10-year goals, and they usually kind of overshoot their 1-year goals. So, make sure that you're being realistic with your 10-year goals, but you're also shooting. You can shoot for the stars. Shoot for the stars in 10 years. You can do so much in 10 years. So, 10-year goal, boil that down to 3-year, okay? What does it look like 3 years from now? That's a lot closer than 10 years, so it actually feels a lot more real to you, okay? So what are your 3-year goals? Now, what does that actually look like? What kind of office do you have? What kind of team members do you work with? What does your life look like? What does your house look like? Your cars, your team environment, your culture, right? 3 years. After that, boil that down to the 1-year goal, and you should be having an annual meeting every year where you're redefining your 1-year goal. And all that is boiling down to quarterly rocks, okay? Now, I'm a huge fan of breaking your business out by quarters. The reason you want to break it out by quarters is because research has shown that a year is too far out, that it doesn't seem tangible. It doesn't seem real yet. Okay? It's so far out that you can do it tomorrow. But a quarter is close enough so that it's actually really real. It's only 12 weeks. It's only 12 weeks. Okay? And in 12 weeks you can do a lot to drive the business forward. So you can, it's short enough so that it's really real and you have a sense of urgency, but it's long enough so that you can really get some serious things done for the business, okay? If you haven't read the 12-week year, read the 12-week year. It's a great book too. So every quarter, this is like the main pulse of the business. Every quarter, you're gonna have a quarterly meeting where you are not necessarily redefining, but you are reviewing your 1-year goal, you're reviewing the 3-year goal, you're reviewing the 10-year goal, you're even reviewing the mission and the purpose for the business on a quarterly basis, okay? So this is probably the most important meeting you can have, is the quarterly meeting for your business. During that quarterly meeting, you're gonna be establishing rocks. And what that means is, what are the big major things that you can do to drive the company forward, okay? I work with a lot of clients and help them establish these rocks. So any key hires are usually a rock. I need to hire a transaction coordinator. I need to hire a lead manager. I need to hire an acquisition specialist, right? Usually a quarterly rock. In addition to that, you have any major systems that you're implementing, right? So I have a system that I give all my clients, all my coaching clients, I give them that comes with, basically the entire coaching package. But I give them my entire CRM that we spent probably over $20,000 on. I give them that for free, and that basically I charge them as soon as they have it, put it on the quarterly rocks to really understand, implement in full the whole CRM and how everything relates to it. Okay, so implementing that system. Let's say number of houses that you want to get under contract or that you want to close, right? So that could be a rock as well. So these are all examples of big rocks that you can really use to drive the company forward. Okay, and you're gonna do that not on a yearly basis, but on a quarterly basis, all right? So then what you're gonna do, and oh, by the way, there's definitely a structure for a quarterly meeting. There's one that I have that's custom for a wholesaling business that I give all my clients as well. Weekly goals. Every single week, you're going to come back to this quarter, to these rocks, right? And again, this is how you're going to structure your business, as quarterly rocks. Every week, you're gonna have a meeting. I like to have it on Monday, right? And in the book Traction, they call it a level 10 meeting. Every week, you're gonna have a meeting to see where you are as it relates to those rocks, okay? And so, you're going to make sure that 1, you are on track to do what you're doing, right? And 2, you just want to see the status check, okay? Where are you? And how realistic is this? Do we need to add anything else? Have we already completed some rocks, right? And so every week, you're going to be establishing the goals for that week, okay? So let's say you're gonna send out, let's say you need to implement an entire RVM system and the processes and all that stuff. So that can be like, let's say a weekly goal, right? Let's say, your quarterly rocks is to send 250,000 RVMs, let's say. Then this weekly goal is you're gonna send 30,000 RVMs, for example, okay? Now, that's just an example, but basically what you're gonna do is every single week, you plot out the goals for the week as it relates to the rocks. Now, as you can see here, all we're doing is chunking, what Tony Robbins calls chunking, right? You just chunk, your goals down into what it's gonna be today, but you start big picture and you keep on chunking it down, right? So that it comes back to today. So Monday, you have your weekly meeting, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? You're going to have this, obviously your weekly goals, they're gonna be there. I like to use Google Sheets, okay? And I plot out my weekly goals, boom. Then under that, I put to do today. What am I doing today, right? So using that, so I have, let's say I have 5-6 things to do today based on my 4 weekly goals. I'm gonna time block my day based on what I have to do today. So you see how this all filters down, right? On a daily basis, all you're doing is, you're reviewing these. What am I doing today? You're looking at the weekly goals. What am I doing today? On a weekly basis, you're gonna have the meeting. Okay, how are we in relation to our rocks? And what do we need to do this week? See how everything flows up? And then for to do today, let's say you have task 1, task 2, task 3, task 4. Make sure that you're time blocking your day. This is huge and it's so powerful. Time block your day, right? I like to use Google Calendar. Time block your day onto basically every day. And so that you're plotting out, okay, task 1, I'm gonna do from 9 to 11. Task 2, I'm gonna do from 11:15 to 2 p.m., let's say. Lunch, and then 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Task 3. So essentially, guys, this is how I've been able to master my time based on the big picture. Start from the big picture. Now, obviously, you don't have to do this frequently. You might only have to do that once, right? And ideally, if you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, all these things, you're just reviewing them on a quarterly basis. So the main meetings that you're gonna have on your business is weekly meetings and then quarterly meetings. All right? So essentially that is how you plot out your day. That's how you be maximally productive, right? Based on the big picture, okay? And make sure that you're doing this. This is so important. Time block and then use Google Calendar to accomplish everything that you need to do. All right, guys, again, I'm gonna be doing probably a video or 2 every single week. It's just free content for you guys, helping you build and scale that 7-figure business. If you're interested in coaching, let me know. I have been doubling, tripling, even quadrupling my clients' businesses, my clients' numbers. Some have absolutely skyrocketed their business, and I'd love to do the same for you. Let me know if you're interested in that. If not, enjoy this video, enjoy all the free content. All right, I love doing it for you guys and just providing as much value as I can anyways. Guys, have a powerful, purposeful day. Coach Dillon signing off. I'll see you guys next time.